I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. You know they carry me, Jesus. You know they carry me, joy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I put my trust in you. You know they carry me. You know they carry me, joy. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. You know they carry me, Jesus. You know they carry me, joy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I put my trust in you. When I call, you answer. In my weakness, you strengthen me. Every day your mercy, they follow me. Jesus, now you be my victory. You know they carry me, you know they carry me, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. You know they carry me, Jesus. You know they carry me, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Put my trust in you. Jesus, my confidence. Jesus, my defense. Jesus, I know fear. Jesus, I know fall. Jesus, 'cause you there with me through it all. You know the fall. Jesus, your love today. Now you I trust. Jesus, forever. Before I forget, say I get to do a program. Not be DJ I they do. Good morning. This is when God and I talk extraordinary. We talked about the Goshen economy yesterday, and we're trying to put some meat onto the bone. We talked about the economy, the acquired properties. It was an agrarian economy, and this is not scripted. Most of my things are not scripted, so we just do it. So there is the bit on agriculture I talked about yesterday, and other things we mentioned. But today we're going to be looking at one of the biggest problems we have is wastage, agricultural harvest, wastage, harvesting. I know my father taught me to buy from Bochi, harvest maize, corn, rice. We will store them in warehouses and sell them in seasons when the prices had gotten up. In the beginning of the harvest, there is surplus everywhere. And these things don't last. They don't last. So there's a lot of spoilage. If you look at tomatoes, onions, generally everything we can't preserve, so they sell them cheap. Some days you go to this market in Maraba, Orange Market. I used to buy basket loads, even though I was living alone, but I would provide for people around me. You say you will buy a basket today, 140,000. And you come back next 2 weeks, it is gone down to 10,000 a basket. I always look for the one when the price don't come down, I will buy. Blend everything, put them in my freezer. And it takes me a long time. So I saw a young man in Jabi Lake, and he was selling garlic powder. He had garlic and ginger. I don't remember his name. This is what he was selling. He has to dry my grandma, I don't forget the name, even though I bought one in the house. He dries this garlic and ginger and then grinds them. So I asked him that day, what's your production per week. He said 60,000 naira. I said, no. I said, how many bottles do you produce in a day or in a week? He said, he doesn't know. He just produces and sells. I said, so what is your cost of production? He doesn't know. I said, you have to be able to account for the cost of buying, the cost of drying, the cost of electric used, your packaging, and he does his marketing. He comes to Jabi Lake to sell these items. He comes to sell them himself. I said, so how do you know if you're profitable? He was just looking at me. So one of the bane of our economy and our people doing small business, they have no records. They don't keep records. They don't keep records of cost and cost of production and what is revenue, what is profit. They don't know. They just get to survive. This is one set. This is what my friend Ibrahim Abba, the daughter, does. She has some, okay, I think she did this one. Yeah, Chuchu. She's a final year accounts in Niles, this university by EFCC. This is what she produces. Chuchu. Her phone number, is a phone number on it. Yeah, 081 4346 5731. 081 4346 5731. She makes ginger spice, ginger, garlic spice, pepper, and curry spice. This is what they do. And here, this is the same one. This is their packaging. They also have packaging in these containers. This is what, and she does, this is thyme, ginger, garlic spice, but this is thyme. This is thyme. This is thyme. Okay, this kamis, there are these people who make banga spice. They make banga spice. Instead of you buying the banga, the palm fruit, and bunching it yourself, they make it, they sell it in container, 1 kg and 5 kg, kamis food. They're in Kubwa. Nobody's paying me for this advert, so I'm just trying to illustrate the point. So they also make banga spices in this format. They blend the quantity and sell it in usable pack. This one is pepper soup spice. This is from Warri. Kamis food. What's their number, sir? Yeah, their number is, I don't know, hold on. I need a very small 08058 70271. Kamis food. You can look them on Facebook. This is pepper soup spice made from Warri. But this is the pepper soup spice we are familiar with. Banga and pepper soup, IDS. Everybody knows them in Warri. And they also do beletete. If you are from my Delta area, you will know this is one of the things they use for banga soup or banga soup. You might put some in your pepper soup if you want. But basically, this one is the one that interests me most. Ezine, she is one of my proposed employees. She makes this in this container, and she makes in 1 liter bottle, 1.5 liter bottles or so. But now the point of bringing all these things, we are not strategic in our thinking and marketing. We are not putting enough thoughts. We produce these things, and these are global standards we have here. But our marketing is watery. So what I'm going to be talking about this morning is how is it that the government, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, will harness people into cooperatives. You know, they have to come as a collective body to promote this market. And you see, the GDP of the country does not take into cognizance all these things these peasants marketing company are doing. I'm using the word peasant not to downgrade anybody, but to showcase the fact that we have the potentials. Look at what Chuchu is doing. I knew her when she was in a pram 18 years ago, and she was sitting in a pram. She has the business drive to do things. Huh? This boy is an Igbo guy. I said, Igbo na choigo. You are chewing ego, but you're not chewing ego in the right way. I say you're looking for money. You are not doing it in the perfect way, in a more understanding way. Even people selling Zobo. Somebody like my friend Joy Adano who sells Zobo. It took her a while to put these things. You are able to know what is selling and what is not selling. So this morning on When God and I Talk, it's not to give you ye bo 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 shakara bo 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 bo. No. Let's talk about other things. You can build houses, 2-bedroom houses for people in your community, and they will be buying. You can have fish dried, crayfish dried. I see them. They sell crayfish. Go and look at what's the name of this place in Akwa Ibom? Is it Orok? No. There's a particular town where they have a lot of crayfish. But our marketing is rubbish. Our packaging, these ones are good attempts at packaging. But this costs money. But they did not put the cost of. I bought three item for 10,000. And then the ginger itself is 5,000. So I bought 3 of this garlic powder and 1 of these for 15,000 on Saturday. The guy is in Jabi Park. But our costing, our enumeration of costs incurred in producing does not do justice to what we're talking about here. So essentially, I am saying that the Ministry of Trade and Industry must bring these people to cooperatives where they can come together. Their marketing, their cost of packaging will be down. They are able to buy industrial dryers to preserve goods, even tomatoes, that when they come into season, we can dry them. Tomatoes is maybe 60% water. And then everything in this country we produce is enough for us to be able to add the aggregate of these things into the GDP of the country by way of exports. Somebody has to go ahead and find the market, and these people will come as a body, and there must be standard quality control. So nobody sells rubbish in the setup. So I am advocating today that while we talk about God, God will not come from heaven. He said, if my people that are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and desist from their evil ways, I will hear in heaven, I will bless their land. Part of the blessing of the land is that we must plan. When God made heaven and earth, on the first day, he did this, second day, he did it, third day, he did this, and on the seventh day, he rested. So there was element of planning in the things of God. We cannot now say, God is not blessing me. You are not blessing yourself. We have all of it, all it takes in us to become the blessings. We portray the blessing of God by the way we live our lives. We cannot always wait for government to give us contracts, and the contracts will not come because there is paucity of funds. The IMF and the World Bank loans were not there. So what do? We have to look inside of us, inside of us, and find the solutions to what we are talking about. You may say I'm an advocate for Nigeria. I believe in Nigeria. I left England after a bad marriage and I came to Nigeria to stay. I'm somebody in this country. In England, you can be nothing except you get into the system, you join them, go into the local government, become mayor, then you have a voice. You can only vote once you become a resident in the UK. I voted many times for Labour. Those people, they not get their head correct, self. So what are we talking about? So what are the products we are talking about? Tomatoes, even ram. Even I buy, somebody dashed me, the director of Agri, dashed me Dambu Nama. You could see the way the thing is done. Kilishi is exported. They can equally export Kilishi and Dambu Nama. But the packaging I see, just plastic, no labeling, no nothing. The product. Even our rice, our Ofada rice is rich. Our rice, when processed, is better than what we buy in Thailand, which have been put there for hundreds of years. And the things you buy from Holland, the dairy products we buy, chicken, they have been stored in their warehousing and they sell them in batches. But our chicken is fresh as long as they can control the amount of chemicals and drugs used in it. We can, instead of becoming a net importer, we can become a mass exporter. The products are everything we eat on this table. Our yam, now new yam is, I began to see new yam. They are not as sweet as the old one. I had the last, me and Seth Omale cooked the last one we had, the old yam. Because it's dried, the sugar content has increased. But the fresh yam, how do we preserve them? In the East, they have yam bans. Even from things fall apart. The book I read for GCSE, for WAEC, not GCSE in London, for WAEC, they tie the yam in the ban. That's how you know the worth of a man. And the yam are preserved. But what are we doing about preservation? I talked about product. The pricing is arbitrary. If you're going to sell abroad, you must buy mass. And the price you give to the international market is not what you can arbitrarily change. You can't change it arbitrarily. And then the pricing for local. Today, some people use carrot to make stew. They use carrots. They use all kind of alternatives to tomatoes. You see this hot pepper, I've forgotten the name, that we make here. They're very sweet. Come to London, you see box of pepper. We used to buy them for 20-something pounds for a box. I don't know how much it is now. We can export these things. One time people will export Nigerian yams and call it Ghanaian yam. We had lost our identity because of the fact that our preservation was not good. Even the smoked fish we do, because of the carbon content and the effect, the carcinogenic effect on people, we don't do it right, so they don't take our fish. One time, a container load of fish was destroyed in England because they were not good. They didn't meet human consumption level. We're talking about the product. We talked about price. We're talking about place. Place is location. The distributional factor, which plays the spatial factor in marketing. The spatial factor is such that from Benin KB to Abuja or to Lagos, the cost of diesel has increased. So know how the people buying in Lagos will not buy it expensive. So the distributional cost of bringing it from wherever corner we buy these things. I pray God gives me long life So I can open a closed refrigeration unit in Yola. So I can buy all the nama, all the cow and goats, and store them there and have cold stores all around the country and just deliver to those stores. People will buy if the prices are affordable and not insanely made. The promotion aspect, I like what these people are doing, but they are not doing it under a coordinated system. They're just doing it, oh, because I need to put my label. No. You should, like this one that Ezina is doing now. This one that Ezina is doing. And number is 07025776477. This one, they do it. She has lemon in it, which helps moving grease. But the question is this. Is it to feed body and soul and feed your umuna? Or to do it on a long-term basis that allows you have a sustainable business that you can say, this is what you do. The people factor. You can create employment for a lot of people. Now, the Goshen economy, they coordinated themselves. While the Egyptians were doing with the Oga, and plague and blight was taking them, the Egyptians were doing well. Even in America, there are places when during the slave trade, the blacks were millionaires. The whites cleared everything, burnt the place down. Nobody's burning us down. But we must become more coordinated. When we talk about, oh, government is not giving us, is not providing for us. I know somebody, they make conflicts. Some people make conflicts. They make conflicts. Even popcorn, you can export it. If it's done under a seal that makes it airtight. All the food I get that they send to me from America, most of them can be done from here. They can be done. They can be done well in this place. But we are not just interested. We want quick returns. We're not thinking about the long distance. Now, you must plan. Planning is 1 year. 1 or 2. Short-term plan is 1 or 2 years. You plan and you assess what you're doing. And then you reassess if it's not going according to the target plan. A mid-term plan is 3 to 5 years. Within 5 years, you will have known what you have achieved. Not like my brother that was saying, I make 60,000 a week. 60,000. How much of that is your revenue? How much of that is your cost? How much of that is your packaging? How much of that is the electric you use to run the dryer in your kitchen? Are we really making money or losing money? We must have an element of planning. Joseph planned in the Goshen economy. He stored all the grains for a period. So when the season came and the dream he interpreted for Pharaoh, and he said there were 7 6 years and seven harvestful years. When the 7 6 years came, the things they had saved was what helped them. Can we not extrapolate this and put it into our thinking, our planning? Are we just the people who just buy imported food and we have everything? I don't buy fish ponds. I buy fish from Kainji because I'm not sure about the chemical content used. I'm not destroying market for fish farmers. There are some good farmers, fish farmers, who are very strict about drugs and medication they give their farm. Even the poultry, even the eggs. When I was in Sibagaigi as a young marketing executive, handling animal health products, I used to go to all over the country. In Teju farms, for instance, there was Teju farms on Badagry Road. Every Saturday, Friday night, the chicken will be dying again Saturday morning. They will be pressing their neck so that they will take it as losses. They kill them. But the things people do now is do a closed cage where workers don't go in there to kill them. Even your layers, even the waste, the manure from the waste. That I sold lava decks. When we put it together, we integrate it with the feed, and the manure comes. And the manure does not have the urea content that burns the zinc of the houses. And you can sell the manure to farmers. It's organic. We are not thinking in the right way. We are not being strategic in our thinking. We're only thinking of stomach direction. So if we're talking about the Goshen economy, we must remove ours. The Bible says, we cannot be conformed to this moment, but by the transforming of our mind, the transformational area of our mindset is what will get us to get our people to produce things that make them stop becoming so dependent on government. Not that government will not do its functions, it will do its function, but it will give you the foundation on what to stand, and they can represent you abroad. I hope I'm making some sense. So these people didn't pay me any money for this. This is my own initiative to try and bring to somebody living in Kubwa that you can buy pepper, dry it, grind it, sieve it. When you grind the pepper, sieve it. So the rusk and the husk and everything, and the pepper becomes fine. Look at Cameroon pepper we buy. I heard they grow them in Mubi. It's very selective on the soil type he uses. It doesn't take sandy soil. It doesn't take loamy soils. There is a particular kind of sand that you can plant it on that will allow you, and at the end they talk geography and land. I go school where for my primary school and secondary school. Now they are the foundation of our education there. When we talk about rock formation, some people not even remember. There are 3 types of rock formation: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. And on each them, the igneous rock is what you get the road chips, igneous rock that they use for our roads. And even in that, you can make it fine and use it and package it. I see people breaking rocks with their hands. Well, that's a rudimentary. You can grind it such that you can use it to make things. You can use it to make form work and sell things. In the Oxbow Lake area of our riverine area, that's where they get all the things that they sell. But some of the areas have been polluted because of oil drilling. So I am asking us to stop saying, what can I do? What can the government do for me? But ask, what can you do for yourself in this ecosystem? You must ask and be sure that you are of the right thinking. You cannot finish youth service. I did youth service in a Ilorin airport when I was being strict about people stealing passenger service charge. I know a tribe, I won't call name. They cut one leg of my trouser and one hand of my suit. I left them and I went to Warri. I started doing yam, and then I moved. I now got a job in Sibagaigi. They were paying me $615 that time. That was a lot of money. But I was restless and I left after 7 years. So I pray that the spirit of restlessness will come onto all our youths, that they become restless enough to start to fend for themselves. We have too many population of unemployed graduates. Think outside of the box. I dare you to think outside of start small and start to see what the Lord, then you will say, see what the Lord has done. What we thought was impossible has come to pass. Pastor Nathaniel Bassi will give us the inspirational song, and we are only going to dance in church, and we are not thinking. Let's come out of this logjam of brains and start to ask, what can I do for myself? I hope I have provoked you enough to start to think outside of the box. It's been Kenny. It's Kenny Dedeville on When God and I Talk. Extraordinary.